Hello, I'm Swati. Most of you may know that your shoe can either make or break your trek, and it's very important to get the right shoes. So in today's episode, I'll show you how to go about buying the right trekking shoes. There are 4 things you need to keep in mind before buying a trekking shoe. Number 1, make sure your shoe has good grip. Now, you can take a look at this shoe for example. There are deep grooves in the sole and there's a lot of dirt in it because I've been walking around in slush. But that shows that the shoe is doing a good job of gripping on any kind of terrain. So make sure your shoe has deep grooves and good grip. The second point is again to do with the sole. You need a certain softness in your sole because you'll be walking on different kinds of terrain and your shoes need to adapt to the terrain. So you need flexibility and softness in the sole. Now how do you check for that? Take something such as a key. You just need a hard metal and just tap on the sole and listen to the noise. Now the sound that it makes should be dull so that it gives you an idea of how soft it is. If it's too hard, your shoe is not going to work. The third thing you need to keep in mind, and probably the most important thing, is ankle support. Now a lot of running shoes and sports shoes come with good grip and flexibility, but what they lack is ankle support. Now in the Himalayas, you'll be walking on rough terrain, you'll be climbing up and down and your ankle is prone to twisting in unusual angles, and that's when your trek would end really. So you don't want that to happen and you want good ankle support, so make sure you get good trekking shoes with that. The fourth thing you need to keep in mind is make sure your shoe is water resistant. An added layer of either leather or Rexine will really help because if you step into a puddle for like 3 or 4 seconds, then your shoe will not get wet. It won't let water seep through. So water resistance is important. Also make sure that it's not waterproof because when it's waterproof, your feet won't be able to breathe and it'll get really sweaty and stinky and your trek mates will not let you inside your tent. So make sure you're not turned into an outcast and buy the right shoes. Just keep one last thing in mind. Make sure you wear your trekking shoes at least 2 weeks before your trek so that you break into them. The last thing you want is a shoe bite on your trek. That's about it. Just drop a comment if you have any more doubts, or you can send me an email on trekwithswati@indiahikes.in. And don't forget to hit subscribe.